This video will show you how to replace the passive panel on an Andersen Frenchwood Hinged Inswing Patio door. You'll need safety glasses, a 5/32 hex wrench, a Phillips screwdriver, or an electric drill with a Phillips bit, and a nail set, as well as a replacement passive panel available from your Andersen dealer or parts.andersenwindows.com. Before you begin, find the service guide that came with your replacement passive panel. Be sure to read it completely, including all the cautions and warnings. You can also download the service guide at andersenwindows.com. If you need to familiarize yourself with the terminology in this video, we recommend clicking here to watch a video on identifying the parts of Andersen Frenchwood Hinged Inswing Patio doors. Windows and doors can be heavy. Use safe lifting techniques and a reasonable number of people with enough strength to lift, carry, and install window and door products to avoid injury and/or product damage. Incorrect installation may affect egress or home security. Follow the instruction guide to make sure the hardware is installed correctly. Also, make sure any staining or finishing is done prior to replacement. To remove the astragal, start by using a utility knife to cut the varnish seal between the astragal and the panel. Then, open both the active and passive panels. Remove the strike plate and the lock bolt receiver. Then the lower and upper hook bolt receivers. Then, remove the astragal and save for reuse. Support the handles and escutcheon plates when removing bolts to avoid dropping or damaging the hardware. Tribeca-style hardware uses separate mounting studs in the exterior escutcheon plate. Be sure to save the studs for reinstallation. Next, loosen the set screw on the underside of the interior handle. Then, remove the interior and exterior handles. Remove the escutcheon plate bolts and interior escutcheon plate. Next, remove the exterior escutcheon plate and gasket and save for reuse. Remove the screws securing the existing lock mechanism. Save for reuse. It may be helpful to note the location of the screws by marking lightly with a pencil. Carefully remove the lock mechanism and save for reuse. Support the door panel at all times during the following procedure. The panel could drop, causing injury or product damage. Make sure the door panel is sufficiently supported and open 45 degrees to the jamb. Working from the bottom up, release the hinges by inserting a nail set into the opening and pressing on the release pin. Carefully pull the panel away from the hinges until free. Place the panel upright against a stable surface. Doors made prior to 2006 have position fixing screws on the hinge receivers. If your door has position fixing screws, remove them from the hinge receivers with a hex wrench and save for reuse. Remove the hinge receivers. It may be helpful to mark the former location on the back of the hinge receivers, bottom, middle, or top. Dispose of the old panel properly. Place the new panel upright against a stable surface. Attach the hinge receivers to the new panel routes with the previously removed screws. Position the hinge leaves to approximately a 45-degree angle to the jamb to ease panel installation. Align the hinge receivers with the hinge leaf and slide together, starting from the top and working your way down. Snap the top hinge into the receiver. Align the remaining hinges and then snap into place. Confirm hinges are engaged. If your door has position fixing screws, reinstall and tighten with a hex wrench. Insert the lock mechanism into the new panel. Then, reattach the lock mechanism using the previously removed screws. Align the gasket on the exterior escutcheon plate. Position the exterior escutcheon plate on the panel and hold in place. Position the interior escutcheon plate on the panel. Insert the escutcheon bolts through the plate and tighten until snug. Do not fully tighten the bolts until the handles have been installed. Make sure the bushing is on the handle, flange side towards the handle. Holding the exterior handle, slide the spindle through the opening in the escutcheon plate from the exterior. Slide the remaining handle onto the spindle from the interior. Push the handles together tightly. Tighten the set screw securely into the interior handle using the hex wrench. Finish tightening the escutcheon bolts. Aligning the astragal with the top of the panel, reapply the astragal by rolling the astragal into place. The strike bolt receiver cutout should be facing away from the glass. Keep the astragal flush with the panel ends and make sure the panel's weather strip has not been folded over. Reapply the hardware. Reinstall the upper and lower hook bolt receivers, taking care not to over-tighten the screws. Next, reinstall the lock bolt receiver. Make sure when placing the receiver blocker that the block tongue is engaged in the lock mechanism slot. Then, reattach the strike plate. Finally, close and lock the door. Congratulations! You have successfully replaced the passive panel on your Andersen patio door. If you need parts for your Andersen windows or doors, just go to our online parts store at parts.andersenwindows.com. And if you have questions about care, maintenance, or repair, call our Customer Care Center at 888-888-7020 or visit the Help Center in the Service section of our website at help.andersenwindows.com. Andersen, customer care is what we care about most.